everyone, FPLMattDay here, and I'm back again with another video. My players to target top 5 picks from the FPL 24 to 25 game. If you're new here and this is the first time you're watching the video, please hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, and get any comments, questions, or thoughts in ahead of another big FPL season. But we will get straight into it, and we're going to share the screen, and this is going to come directly from the FPL website. Sooner rather than later, I'll be sharing it very likely from the Fantasy Football Hub website. I will be an ambassador for them over the course of the season. You can get 50% off a membership right now. So go to the link in my bio. Loads of really good features, rate your team, transfer planners, all that type of thing. But that's to come later on in another video. This one is those top 5 transfer picks straight from the FPL website. And we're going to zoom right in here. So we can go to my 5th pick that I think is the target, top 5 players to target. And for me, this is number 5. So these are the essential transfer targets. I think you need to have at least 3 or 4, if not all 5 of these players in your team, if you can obviously fit them all in. I think these are the ones that are going to end up in those higher brackets for points each and every week at that end of the season. So first one is a defender from Arsenal, and it's Gabriel. And I know he was beaten by Saliba for points last season, and his price has gone up to 6 mil this year. But I always find him a big goal threat. He can get those massive one-off isolated results. Arsenal are now going into potentially their 3rd season as a title challenger. Pretty tricky start in that sort of first 5, but then it gets nicer from game week 6 onwards. And I think he's a player, if you have him for the whole season, it's going to average out pretty well. You can see there he was a 3rd highest scoring defender last season. And I think as well, coming in at 15.8% selected currently, I know we've only had the game for a day, but it's looking likely so far, he's going to be the least selected of those top 3 Arsenal defenders. And I think he is going to be the 5th most essential pick player to target in FPL. So let's go on to my number 4. I'm going to go to a midfielder, and I'm going to scroll down, and it's not anyone in that sort of top 6 area. It's a man here that comes in at 7th, Anthony Gordon. Currently already 37.1% owned, 7.5 million. So he's an absolute bargain. Couple of really good green fixtures at the start. Home game against Southampton in game week 1, as you can see. 14 bonus points last year, 183 in total, 5.2 points per game. And Anthony Gordon is coming into another season fresh after not playing any minutes in the Euros, and he'll have a big point to prove. He wants more goals. He wants more assists. He could end up with a massive season. I think that 7.5 million price point is kind. So he comes in as my 4th player to target. So let's go into my number 3. And we're staying on the theme of Newcastle. And it's this man here, Alexander Isak, at 8.5 million, 5.7 points per game. And what I love about Isaac is he can come into games and get doubles, trebles, 1 goal, and he gets bonus points because he hits that target more often than not. Has had a few problems with injuries down the years, but last year was very consistent, and 8.5 million is just such a good price point. He's already over 50% selected. Crucial player, number 3 for me in terms of players to target. And then number 2, we're staying in on the striker theme, Ollie Watkins. He's just slightly above Isak in terms of his current player selected ownership. But he's coming at 9 million this year, but 6.2 points per game. Very, very consistent. 228 points last season, 29 bonus. Look at that start as well. West Ham, Arsenal, Leicester, Everton, Wolves, Ipswich. It's just such a great start for Ollie Watkins. And he's fixture proof. He gets goals, he gets assists. He's flying off the Euros as well. So for me, he is the number 2 top player to target. And number 1, I think it might surprise people because he's the most expensive player in FPL history. Erling Haaland, 7 points per game. And a lot of people are saying, why is he your number 1 target? He's 15 million. I'll tell you why. You buy him for £15 million, he is set and forget. You have yourself a captain option. Every single week he's fit, regardless of the fixture, because he is so fixture proof. Okay, he didn't get the scores last season that he got in his first season, but he did miss games. He had injuries and a lack of form from that. But we still saw it in that Wolves game towards the end of the season. 4 goals he got in that game. He can have isolated massive scores. And a lot of people are getting put off by his price because game week 1, Chelsea away, 16 points in that fixture last season. But if you switch game week 2, the Ipswich game, with game week 1, and if Ipswich was the game week 1 game at the Etihad, you wouldn't even blink. You would be putting Haaland in your team and he would be your captain. He's only 30.8% owned right now. And that's really good for managers that are going to keep the faith in this tried and tested animal of a striker. He is unbelievable in front of goal. And a City team that always creates and creates. So he is the number 1. And one last thing I'm going to say about Erling Haaland as well is he's a sort of player, you want to get him at 15 mil. And you have to be very careful if he does hit form early, because if he does, his price is going to rise and you're not going to be able to afford him anymore. So be very cautious when not selecting Erling Haaland. So for me, those reasons make him the number 1 transfer target. So there you have it. Players to target top 5 for FPL 2024-2025 game week 1 and onwards. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know what you think in the comments. Give the video a like, and I will see you all in the next one. I'm FPL Matt Day. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.